I'm just going to let that play underneath because it's so darn pretty. All right, we have joining us this morning, we have folks from the McDowell Music Club, as well as Matthew Hollingsworth, whose music you're hearing in the background, and from JATV, Mike Rogers. We got a full house today. It's good to have you all join us. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
You're here to tell us about the Keep the Music Alive fundraiser, and just some details about that. First of all, it is Saturday, March 5th. Next Saturday at 7:30 at the Janesville Women's Club, which is 108 South Jackson, which, by the way, if you haven't been there, plenty of parking, easy place to get in and out of. It's going to have the live contemporary classical music you're hearing right now by Matthew Hollingsworth. And then it's a $5 suggested donation at the door, and the proceeds will benefit JATV's efforts to record and preserve local music through the McDowell Music Club. So this is really quite the joint effort you have going on.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. And Thelma, Wilcox, you're here representing the McDowell Music Club.
Yes.
If I don't know nothing about them, what can you tell me?
Oh, this club was established over 100 years ago here in Janesville, and the idea was to promote music. The members perform, and the main thing we do is now try to support music for students. Our scholarship program for kids is just very, very important. And in fact, this coming Sunday, tomorrow, we will have a scholarship concert that will feature the winners of 12 very generous scholarships that we have given out.
And that's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow at 2 p.m. at the Women's Club.
All right, good to know. Good to know. And so that's tomorrow, and this event is next Saturday. Mm-hmm. So tomorrow's your scholarship event. But this event is not really for McDowell Music, is it?
The which event?
The Saturday night.
Well,
next Saturday.
In a way, yes.
Okay.
Because it will keep the funding alive so that these programs, such as the one we do tomorrow, will be televised. And that is so important to the community, I think, and to the kids.
I absolutely agree. And I'm getting to be a woman of a certain age, and those sleepless nights, it's pretty nice to go down and find something pleasant like this on my television to take a look at. And JATV, of course, is our local community channel.
Public access.
Public access. Thank you for helping me with that, Mike. And Mike, tell us a little bit about JATV if we're not familiar with that.
Well, we are a public access station. We tape area programs, public service programs. For example, we do the League of Women Voters Lunch and Learn programs down at M&I Bank.
Mm-hmm.
We cover a lot of music in the area. We'll go various places, and capture bands, all kinds, from the Beloit Symphony, Janesville Beloit Symphony, to jazz bands.
Mm-hmm.
Like we did Rob Tomorrow's Jazz Trio at the Tallman House grounds back in September. So yeah, we preserve a lot of things, and then people have the ability to come in, learn to use the equipment. It's not difficult. And they can produce programs of their own.
No, you're supposed to say, didn't you hear me earlier? It's really, really hard, and I should make more money.
And it's really hard, and you should make more money.
There you go. But I could teach you,
but
right?
Radio is different from video. So, video's easy, radio's hard.
All right, just making sure we got that covered. So I have watched other things. You guys have some regular scheduled things.
Yes. We have, area churches have programs that air every week.
Right.
We've had cooking programs.
Yeah, I think I've seen a few of
we
those,
run
too.
Programs that are sent to us by, example, the Army. They have Army News Watch that airs. And then there's a public affairs program.
City council meetings.
City council
Yep.
meetings.
Old movies.
And the budget sessions, study sessions.
Yep.
We broadcast those too. And
those are really
also,
nice when you can't fall asleep.
We also run old movies that are in public domain.
I've seen some of those lately too.
Yeah, I started searching those out, and so I kind of compile those and burn them. And
That's sort of your baby?
well, I just discovered a website where they were loaded with them, and it was free. So
Sure.
I started putting together the old serials like Radar Men
Mm-hmm.
on the Moon, things like that. And kind of put together from when I was a kid, when we would go to the Jeffries Theater in the summer and see. You would see a serial, chapter one, and then a cartoon, and then a movie.
Right.
And so I kind of put that together, brought that back.
Neat.
So that's, we do quite a lot of things. We have, fishing programs.
Right. A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
How are you funded?
Well, we get a percentage of charters' profits.
Okay, because you're played through the charter cable
We're
system.
on charter
Okay.
cable, yeah. Throughout Rock County. Also, we carry Whitewaters, Public Access, Beloit, I think Broadhead. So we're funded that way. We are not, and I like to emphasize this, we are not funded by property taxes from the city of Janesville.
Okay.
No taxes paid for JATV.
All right.
And so we're just there. Our volunteers have sort of dropped off lately.
Well, and really that's part of how you're funded is because people volunteer
Absolutely.
so
Yes.
much with you.
Yes, and and anybody can come down and learn how to do it. And the editing systems we use are simple. So.
Do you
Yeah.
do you accept children? I mean teenager volunteers as
Oh,
well.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I would think that would be a really nice.
we used to a
niche
few
for
years
you.
ago. I had a couple students from Craig that had a program.
Okay.
So yeah, we
Like
look
Wayne's
forward
World?
to that. In fact, I see it as a place for high school students, especially like some that are like in the charter school.
Right.
Many of them are talented, creative people. They write music, and it's an opportunity for them to put together their ideas.
Like a showcase even.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll get some information out about JATV this morning as well. But really, we're going to focus right now. Thank you for all that. You gave us some really great information, Mike, some good background. Let's focus on this fundraiser for a little bit. Now, whose idea was this? Where did this come from? Did it come from McDowell? Did it come from JATV? Did it come from a conversation of the two?
I think it came from JATV
Okay.
originally, and I think that's a wonderful idea. We kind of have to step up these days when we find that funding for so many things gets cut, and budgets are tight.
Right.
I know that, in fact, public radio, which is being
And
cut,
public
and
television,
public television
right.
are both being cut. So, of course, taxpayer money does not pay for JTV. However, there are still budgets that do pay for it.
Right.
And those things get cut.
Right, and just the technology, as that changes, I would imagine those are some upgrades that have to be made just even through computer programs and things. This is not inexpensive technology, the video editing and those kinds of things. So
That's right.
in order to be able to put out something that people will want to actually watch, you need to keep up on those things as well. Matthew, where did your involvement come in? Just because you have an interest or because, God darn it, I want to play some more, or both?
Well, yeah, all of the above. I was actually at my CD release party, and Mike came in, and he was recording the whole thing, which was a terrific thing to do.
Right.
And it was a wonderful event. And he did an absolutely terrific job recording this, and we got to talking there, and he mentioned some things about possibly doing a show at the Women's Club in association with the McDowell Club, and so in support of JATV. And I was just thinking that's an excellent idea, and plus I was really, really excited to play on that grand piano. So.
Aha!
That's a nice one.
You got to have your in there, Thelma. You guys got the in with that big piano.
And the room itself.
Oh, it's beautiful, and the acoustics are beautiful in there as well. It's going to be a great event, and my disclaimer is I won't be attending because I am on the Spotlight on Kids board, and we have our show that night. So, but our show goes 3 nights, so we can share. Yeah, we can
it's
share.
very generous.
So, do you have anything you want to add about the McDowell Music Group or about anything, Matthew? Is this a group that you've ever been involved with before?
The McDowell Music Group
Club
is something that I was unaware of until I think last year when I became a part of it. I work at Napton Music Notes as a teacher, and through Lori Napton, she, I think, sponsored my membership. And so I was able to find out a lot more about the McDowell Music Club, and it's really an incredible thing. Just recently, we had festival, and so I had a number of students that were performing in festival. And what that is it provides an opportunity for the student to go in into a room with a judge and a teacher and be judged on their music performance and their music knowledge and get really, really valuable notes about how to improve their music and their performance. And it's really, really good. They get really, really excited about it. And I'm particularly proud of my students who were in that group. They got superiors, so
Wow.
no big deal.
I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
say that I'm not surprised, but I'm not surprised.
But yeah, I'm very, very proud as a teacher, and just proud to be part of it. It's an excellent thing. So,
And how long has the McDowell Music Club existed?
I'm trying to think of the exact date, but it's well over 100 years.
That was what I thought as well.
Yeah, it's been like the 1904, 1905, something like that.
Okay, that's really neat.
I am not a charter member.
Oh, well, thank you for clarifying that, Thelma.
I wanted you to know.
One might think, but no. Nice. Very nice. Well, I know McDowell's been around in the community, and I know even when I was in high school, some of the people that I was in school with, they were able to pursue what they wanted to, music, in school because of some of the scholarships that you give and the encouragement that you offer and the opportunities for young people to participate in music in our community. It's been a long time. Well, and my cousin Caleb Burhans, I'm tooting my horn here, not that I have anything to do with it, but my cousin Caleb Burhans, who is now living and working in New York as a musician of all kinds, but specifically he's a violinist, Thelma. He was very involved when he was here as well.
That's right.
So-
In fact, he won one of our scholarships. Maybe more. I don't remember.
Right. And I know that you also you just provide an opportunity for adults as well to
Yes.
perform, which I think is something that's hard to find.
It is, and you know, it is difficult for adults who want to go out there and do a really professional performance and whatever. But this lets the amateur performer come and have a good time performing and keeping those skills up.
Well, and you know, I think about my friends who were really involved in band and orchestra in high school and how they were so good at it, and then what do you do with it after you're out of
That's right.
college if it's not your major? So this is a great opportunity. Of course, there's the Rock Prairie Band and those and Rock Prairie, they offer a lot of that as well. But that's group things, and this could be
Solos.
individuals and solos, right? And you, Mike, you guys record a lot of those band concerts as well, and
Yes,
provide that opportunity.
The Rock Prairie, that's recorded by Bill Murray.
Okay.
You Rock, and he brings it in. We put it on. Yes.
You know, this is such a natural coming together for you guys. With it just makes perfect sense.
It's
doesn't it?
win-win.
Yes. Oh, absolutely win-win. It just makes perfect sense, and it's a nice way to support where a lot of people see what happens with the McDowell Music Club. A lot of people see it on the television. They don't see it in person, which is unfortunate that more people don't see it in person, but it does do that. It also is a great way to support all that JTV does that people don't think about,
That's right.
because you are offering so much to our community as our community access channel
Yes.
that no one thinks about until they want to know something.
Right.
Essentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
And-
Well, we try to go above and beyond what most public access stations do. A lot of them just run pretty much message boards and a few things now and then.
Right.
And Dwayne's vision was to have something more like an actual network television station.
Mhm.
Uh,
With some regular programming
Regular
and some
programming
special
and-
programming. And
yeah, and just that's what his vision has been, and he's really worked hard to bring it about. And Dwayne really made JTV what it is. As far as on the technical end, anyways, there's no doubt about that. Constantly keeping everything upgraded, and to the best that we can afford to get.
Of
And,
course.
yeah.
And how many people are paid staff there?
Well, Dwayne is the full-time. He's the director.
Right.
And then myself and Mike Collins, we are part-time.
Okay.
And so that's it.
That's a pretty tight ship.
Yep. That's
Because you're 24/7.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty tight
Yeah,
ship
there's
you got going on there.
There's a lot of responsibilities there, and for 3 people, 2 of them part-time, it makes it pretty tight.
And clearly could not be done if other people weren't going out and recording
Right.
and
right.
submitting
Well,
that
volunteers
to you.
are a big part of it, and they like to, people like to come in and do this, and it's just we've had a little bit of a falling off in that area lately, and we don't have as many as we used to.
Okay.
But we wish we had more. But
And if we wanted to volunteer at JATV, how will we get a hold of you folks?
we're located in the Janesville.
The Hedberg Public Library,
We're down in the administration area.
which is just past the coffee shop,
Right
the
past,
ground floor there.
you can see us through the window. You can see the offices there. You just
Sure.
go through the door. The phone number there is 608-758-5823. That'll get you right into us. But
Okay.
you can walk in, and the door's open from 9 to 5, and
All right.
people can just walk in, come back, and talk to us.
Okay.
We're happy to do that. We
Yeah.
look forward to people. We just had a gentleman come in the other day and volunteer to do camera work. So.
Fantastic.
Um,
And I just, the very idea of a young person, a college student, Whitewater student, URock student, UW Rock County student, a high school student, I just think that what a great opportunity to actually have hands-on real experience.
Yeah. I mean, that's something that they could do and take it with them into an education program. Like
Absolutely.
Madison Media or this University of Wisconsin.
Or to say, I think I might want to do that and check it out and go, okay, no, that's, I thought it was going to be more glamorous than that or whatever. And because there's no glamour in cleaning toilets, and I'm sure that's part of what all y'all got to do. So it's kind of, that real world kind of, okay, this is what it's really going to be like sort of thing. Now, do you have the automation thing going on as you run things throughout the night and that kind of thing? It's
We have several DVD players that are set up, and they run on a time system.
Okay.
And Dwayne sets up the programming, and so they're programmed in to come on at a certain time, switch off, go to deck 1, deck 2, that sort of thing. And we just load them up, and every few days you put in new ones, and because we run on a cycle, and
sure.
and that's pretty much how it works.
Well, and I know in the Gazette, the little column to the side of the newspaper listing always shows some of the special things you have going on. That's why I was aware of the older movies and things that you were
Dwayne
doing.
puts that together.
Yeah.
He sets out all the programming and notifies. Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. So if we got a couple of high school kids out there listening that want to do like a Wayne's World kind of thing.
Sure.
You're
Yeah,
all
absolutely.
Up for it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The public access, from their basement.
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah, we'd love it.
All right.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
to know. I'm going to have to post some stuff on my Facebook page. I think you might be opening a can of worms there. Because of the group of kids that I'm familiar with would be all over it, I think.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Except, there is that whole thing where when you're in high school, when you're a young person under 25, your brain's not fully developed and you can't follow through on a lot of things. So we'll see what happens. Spoken like a mother of a child in that age group, right? Well, let's just go back to, Saturday, March 5th at 7:30. So next Saturday night, not late, which is really nice because I don't know about you guys, but I'm early to bed, early to rise. At the Janesville Women's Club, which is at 108 South Jackson. Specifically, it's just west of downtown, really. I mean, it's still part of downtown, but just on the west end. Easy to get to, great parking, nice facility. Stop on in there. We're going to have the live contemporary classical piano music by Matthew Hollingsworth. Suggested donation is $5. If I only have 3, you're not going to kick me out?
I don't think so.
All right, good. And it all goes to benefit JATV's efforts to record and preserve local music, whether it is the scholarship program that the McDowell Group is doing, whether it's a CD release by Matthew Hollingsworth, or if it's the Janesville Spolite Symphony, or whatever it happens to be, whatever music it happens to be.
Yeah. Mainly, we're looking to capture. This is mainly for McDowell.
Oh, well, of course, it's to
But-
support their
But
portion
yeah,
of
it
that,
helps
but
to cover the
the overall.
the off hours that we put in to capture everything and edit, and so that's what it's for.
All right, and I assume that as a public access TV channel, you guys are a nonprofit
Yeah.
entity?
Yeah, we're not profit.
Right. And so any donation if I wanted to come in and write you a check for $50 to do this, I could do that, and it would be deductible. And
Absolutely, yes.
all right,
Uh-huh.
all right, great. Well, let's just play a little bit more of the talented Matthew Hollingsworth. Does that sound okay with everybody?
Sounds great.
All right.
I love him.
Yeah.